Today. My name's Eric. As always, I want to thank you for taking a minute and checking out my video today. On this episode of Smo'King, I'm going to show you how to make buttermilk pancakes and sausage on the Blackstone Griddle. Now, ever since I got my griddle around a month and a half ago, I've been waiting to make pancakes. And I decided to do a little homemade recipe instead of the box stuff. Of course, if you're pressed for time, you can get the box stuff. And you know what goes better with pancakes and some breakfast sausage? So I got some Johnsonville breakfast sausage. You can do bacon as well. But last few times on the griddle, I've used bacon. So this is the first time I'm going to be trying sausage. And this is going to be yet another video in my collection where I feature breakfast for dinner. I absolutely love breakfast. I'm not a super huge fan of pancakes, but my son really loves them. And so we're going to make them today. They're going to be absolutely wonderful. So stick around. I'm going to show you how to do this step by step. Let's get cooking. Alright guys, the first thing we're going to do is mix the dry ingredients. I'll leave all the measurements below, but I'll tell you here, we're going to start off with 3 cups of regular all-purpose white flour. Make sure you get a big enough container because we're going to add the liquid to this as well. So you want a big enough container. So to that we're going to add 3 tablespoons of regular old white sugar. Okay. Then we're going to add 3 teaspoons of baking powder. Oh, this is the teaspoons of baking powder. Then we're going to add 1.5 teaspoons of baking soda. And then last but not least, 3/4 of a teaspoon of regular old salt. Okay. And now we're just going to mix these dry ingredients together. I'm using a whisk here, but you can use a spoon. Just kind of get it evenly blended. Once this is all mixed, I'm going to set it aside, and then we'll mix the wet ingredients. So be back in just a second. All right, now we want to mix the wet ingredients. So we're starting off with 3 cups of buttermilk, okay? To that, we're going to add a 1/2 cup of just regular milk. I'm using 2% because that's what I have. You can use, skim milk, whatever you have. All right, next we're going to add 1/3 stick of melted butter. Now be careful with this. I cut the butter, and you can use the measuring lines right on the stick there on the paper. So you're going to do 1/3 of a cup and then put it in a little thing in the microwave for around maybe 10-15 seconds. Stir it a little bit. We don't want this too hot because we don't want it to start cooking the eggs, okay? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to add the melted butter first into the buttermilk, and I'm going to stir it really well before I add the eggs. Because like I said, I don't want the eggs to cook. So I'm just going to do that real quick. I'm just going to leave this in here. And then we're just going to add 3 eggs. 1, 2, and 3. Okay, and now we're just going to mix that well. And you know what? From what I heard, and I'm no pancake expert by any stretch of the imagination, but from what I heard, it's okay to let this buttermilk and these wet ingredients kind of sit out and come to room temperature. They tell me, at least I read online, I don't know if it's true, it's supposed to make the pancakes more kind of fluffy. So I don't know if that's true or not, but you know what? Fine by me. I'm going to just let the wet ingredients, the last thing we're going to do is we're going to pour the wet ingredients into the dry ingredients, and then we're going to stir them, and then we got our pancake batter. So I'm just going to leave that in there for now. And then here's my dry batter. I'm just going to let this sit here. I'm going to go outside. I'm going to get my griddle ready to go. I'll meet you guys outside. Alright guys, before I fire up that Blackstone Griddle, time for a beverage review. Stone Brewery, they're a local brewery down here in San Diego. Tangerine Express Hazy IPA. 6.7% alcohol. It says it's a Indian Pale Ale, hazy Indian Pale Ale with tangerine and pineapple. I've had quite a few of their beers. They're pretty good. And here's my Blackstone Griddle, which I'm having a lot of fun with. I figure I might as well have my beer review out here. Although on the other side of this hedge here, the ivy, is a dog park. And we live next to a dog park, so you might hear some dogs barking or people chit-chatting, and my dog's kind of running around the yard going crazy too. Alright guys, I have had this before. It's very tasty. Yeah, it's just got pineapple kind of flavor. It kind of balances out that bitterness that you usually experience with an IPA. So I kind of like it. It's not overpowering sweet. It just gives you that nice kind of balance between the bitterness of the hops and the sweetness, you know, from the fruit. Definitely smell sweet, like tangerine is what I really smell, and a little bit of hops. As always guys, I appreciate you watching my video. Cheers. Oh yeah, I like this. This is good. It's refreshing. And don't let me fool you to think it's too sweet. It's not, because the bitterness of that IPA, 6.7% alcohol, definitely is there. This just kind of helps mellow it out a little bit. It's good. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn on all the burners on low just to heat up the whole griddle surface area, and then I'm going to turn off the one on this side right here. And I'm going to get an aluminum like one of those foil pans where I'm going to put the pancakes in when I'm done cooking. That way they'll still be on the griddle and they'll still stay warm. And then these griddles here, when I'm ready to cook, I'm going to start off first with the sausage. That's going to take the longest time. Then I'll move them over here as well, and then I'll start on the pancakes. And the pancakes literally should take maybe 2 minutes on each side, maybe a minute and a half depending on how thick. And I got a new toy, this pancake dispenser. I'm going to break out and we're going to try to see how that works. Alright guys, again, we'll be getting some delicious pancakes and sausage in just a minute. Cheers. Meet back with you guys in just a second. Good stuff. Alright guys, I've had to heat it up now for around 5-6 minutes on low. So now I'm going to turn this far one over here off completely. And the first thing we're going to do is to cook our Johnsonville breakfast sausage. So, just going to throw these right down here. Oops. I'm not putting any kind of oil or anything because, you know, this has got plenty of pork fat once it starts heating up. And, you know, just a small amount here. I'm not cooking for a huge family. And then I have, like I said, I have this aluminum pan. I'm just going to stick over here in the corner. That's going to be my like staging area for the pancakes when I'm all set and ready to go. Alright, we'll let those go. Alright guys, what I'm going to do to kind of speed up this process, this is on medium heat right now and I'm starting to get a little bit of browning. You can hear them frying up, but I want to steam them a little bit just to help make sure they're cooked all the way through. So I'm just going to spray a little bit of water here. And we're just going to put that lid on there for around 2 minutes or so. Let that steam kind of help cook those sausages all the way through. We'll be back in a minute. Alright guys, it's been a couple minutes. Let's check these out. Oh yeah, there we go. This helps speed up the process a little bit. Oops. Oh, and it's starting to smell really delicious. Okay, so like I said, let me kind of... These two zones here are on medium heat. The third zone over here is low, and then the last zone is completely off. So we're going to cook the pancakes in this area here in the medium. Once I feel these are just about done, I'm going to move them over to low and let them continue to cook. There we go. Oh man, it smells good. Alright guys, I think these are just about, whoops, just about done. Flip them over a little bit. I'm going to move them over now to the low side because it's going to take a while to cook the big batch of pancakes. So they will continue to cook. I'm just going to put them over here, kind of on the low. We'll keep an eye on them. Alright guys, so this has been sitting on the counter. You want to make sure that you mix this well enough, the liquid ingredients, to make sure the eggs and the yolks are all broken down. So just stir it real well, push down, make sure you get all those yolks taken care of. And you see the color turn from like a white to more of a kind of yellowish white, which means the egg yolks are fine. So we're gonna, now the thing too, when you mix this, you don't want to over mix. From what I understand, if you mix it a smaller amount, it's going to create little air bubbles. It's going to make the pancakes much more fluffy. So we got the dry ingredients here. I'm just going to pour the liquid right on top, and I would suggest using a wooden spoon just to mix everything together. And like I said, we just want to kind of incorporate the dry and the liquid. We don't want to go crazy. We still want to have a little bit of lumpiness to it. So don't go crazy. Just make sure that you don't see any dry pieces of the flour. So stir it until all the dry pieces have kind of disappeared. All right. Well, that new contraption I got is this little thing. You pour the batter in, and it's got a handle, and you can see on the bottom it opens a little slot and allows you to pour the pancake. So I'm gonna pour this mixture in here. We'll go outside, we'll do our first batch. Alright, so I put the sausage over here. I got my pan ready. So first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to lay down some butter on here. And like I said, it's on medium heat. And I just take a stick like this and then, you know, peel off the paper on the end. And let's see, I'm going to try to do them in like batches here. Okay, and then here is my handy dandy pancake dispenser. Let's give this a shot. I've never used one of these before, so hopefully I don't make a complete mess out of everything. It's not coming out quite as smooth as I would like. Maybe I'm going to have to pour it after all. Yeah, this is too thick. I'm going to pour. And I'm not making huge pancakes here. Oh, that's a big one. This isn't going to take long. It's literally only going to take probably a minute or two. We're going to keep looking along the outer edge here. When we start to see it brown, like it's already to a little bit there, it'll be ready to flip. Alright, let's see if we can there we go. It doesn't take long at all. Alright guys, and like, you know, there's a little piece here, it's like a little battery. You know, feel free to flip it over a second time on the other side if one side looks like it's cooked a little bit more. Oh yeah, these are looking good. Alright guys, so there are the pancakes that are ready. I got the sausage sitting over here. I decided to make little kind of smaller ones here for the last batch, just to kind of see if size makes a difference here. So let's see. A little bit easier to flip too if you go for a smaller size. There we go. These are looking all right. There we go. There we go. These are the last four. I'll meet you guys inside. All right, guys, here we are. Look at this, man. Oh, got some raspberries, some blueberries. course, the sausage. I put some butter on top. That's melting pretty quick because these are pretty warm. I'm going to pour some syrup on these. Oh, I'm looking forward to this. All right, guys, here we are. I'm just going to put a little bit of syrup on each one here. Not too much. You can always add more later. Oh, look at this. All right. Most importantly, we're going to get my son Kyle out here. He's the big pancake fan. We'll slice into these, see what we think. Be back in a second. Welcome back. I'm here with my family, my wife Monica, my son Kyle, who's the pancake connoisseur in the family.
Yeah, he is. He likes pancakes.
All right. So why don't we cut some pieces here? Just give it a shot. I have no idea what to expect. First time that I've ever made pancakes.
I say connoisseurs. Well, like homemade, like from scratch, right? You've made pancakes before.
I don't think I really have.
Really?
No, I don't really think I have. My mom usually made it.
And I'm not normally a pancake person.
Wait, let's everyone try at the same time, okay? I got some extra syrup if you guys want some. Okay, you ready? You got one?
She's not a big maple fan, so.
All right, guys, here goes nothing. Homemade buttermilk pancakes. Let's go.
Really good.
Very good.
Wow. Not too bad.
That actually is. I'm not a huge. You know me. I'm not a huge pancake fan. But when you made it from scratch, is way better than like Bisquick. I was telling them just do Bisquick. Just do something easy.
And you saw,
but
guys,
you want to make it from scratch.
It's not that complicated. Flour, baking soda, baking powder, salt, sugar. Buttermilk, yeah, I mean, it's not that hard.
This is good. Really, really good. It's tender, it's a little sweet because of the buttermilk. I say do buttermilk. Some people don't, but this is really good.
I'm gonna count here.
You scored on that.
The maple, I don't
try
know
the
what
sausage?
she thinks, but the maple, since this isn't that sweet, adds some flavor.
No, it's actually good.
Try that piece of sausage.
I'm impressed.
I never tried Johnsonville breakfast sausage.
It's actually good.
Yeah?
Wow.
No, I'm good. I'm not a sausage fan.
Very, very good. As always, guys, I appreciate you watching my video. If you like it, please hit the like button. I would love it if you would consider subscribing. And I'll leave a link above to my website, ericsmokingbbq.com. We'll see you next time. Thanks for watching.
Bye.
Bye.
What do you think, guys? This is good when you get it in a
Breakfast for dinner.
Is it really good?
Uh-huh.
Yeah?
I said breakfast for dinner, and then he said bye.
Is it as good as when you get it in the restaurant?
This pancake is a breakfast food, and it's already dinner time.
Is it better or the same?
They're not extra here, too.
Tell her.
Better.
Yeah, I think so.